have a deep scan on the attacking platform?
Sensors report that it is a deduplicating VTL of Evil Machine Corporation design.
We suspected that they were up to something.
Yes, we had heard reports of their marketing campaign, the Tape Sucks, Move On bumper stickers, but we never suspected that they were declaring an all-out war.
Sounds like a repeat of their incursion into optical space a few years ago. The Shatter the Platter campaign. It decimated the optical market by convincing operators that optical technology was no longer viable.
Now that's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? Disc and tape have always gotten along. For years now, operators have used software to turn some of their disk infrastructure into a virtual tape library, where they can hold backup data until they write it to a tape subsystem.
That was until deduplicating virtual tape appliances started to show up on the raised floor. Now we're seeing a dedicated VTL appliance replace a lot of software VTLs that use production storage. That should have been a sign that trouble was coming.
And so what's wrong with that? VTL appliances still seem to be pretty popular, and deduplication is a hot-button technology throughout the computing universe. Besides, the tape library is still there. You're still getting your fair share of the market.
Sure, that's what you disc guys always say. It's just an appliance. You know that joining proprietary software for deduplication to a proprietary appliance controller, all you really do is increase the cost of disk to the operator by something on the order of 100 times.
And if the market will bear the price, what's wrong with that?
Yes, I understand the principles of free market capitalism just as well as anyone in the storage league. But Evil Machine Corporation isn't telling the operator everything they need to know to make a smart architectural choice.
But of course we are. We tell them that deduplication will enable every hard disk to deliver a 70-to-1 reduction ratio. That means that every disk is like owning 70 disks. Look at all those little SATA hard disks. So orderly, like a little data protection army.
Yeah, I like Disney's Aladdin too. Phenomenal cosmic power. Itty bitty living space. It's a fairy tale. Nobody ever gets a 70-to-1 reduction ratio. Here's another analysis. You know, numbers don't lie. About 40 million hard disks shipped in 2009. And that number's on track to grow to 52 million by 2014. About 7% of those disks will fail each year. That's 2.8 million drives and growing.
Informative videotape.
Someone had some extra time on their hands, tape? A little fun with Final Cut Pro?
I think it makes the point.
Stand by, Archive 1. We are working on it.
As we see it, deduplicating VTLs are complementary to tape backup, optimizing the inefficiencies of tape. Operators can use a VTL to store a month or two of data in a limited amount of space and in a ready state for the quick restore of individual files, if the files on the primary storage become corrupt or deleted by users. Plus, you add a wide area network connection and another deduplicating VTL at a remote site, and you can replicate the data for your most mission-critical applications without abandoning tape backup for everything else. You have to admit it's a good idea. You could even sell another tape library at the recovery site if your sales force has the acumen to convince consumers to buy one.
Right. And that's how Evil Machine Corporation sells it? I don't think so. They tell customers that you don't need the tape backups anymore. Just replicate everything across a WAN link.
Well, if you have the bandwidth, why not? Again, it's really up to the operator, isn't it?
You're killing me, Disk. Do you have any idea how long it takes to move 10 terabytes of data across the WANs we have right now? Even if you can afford OC192 networks, it will take about 2.5 hours. On a T1 connection, you're looking at more than 425 days. That's over a year.
Ah, but the data is deduplicated, so the payload is much smaller.
Did you forget Network 101? It isn't the payload, it's the latency and jitter. Data can't move faster than the speed of light. What do you think this is? Star Wars? Do you know the fastest way to move a large quantity of data over distance?
I'll just bet you're going to say tape, right?
No. Actually, the fastest way is to send it via carrier pigeon. But tape is a solid choice, too.
We're on it, Archive 1. Extend our defensive shield around Archive 1 and bring it in for a landing. Then, connect me to that Evil Machine Corporation rig. I'm going to warn him that if he doesn't break off and leave our space, we will hit him with a common sense pulse cannon. Excellent. Crisis averted.
And order restored. For now, at least. You know, there's no reason why VTLs and tape cannot coexist in the ecosystem of data protection, each delivering different kinds of value to the challenge of ensuring business continuity.
Yes, whatever. But just wait. While you were protecting your pretty little library, we were able to introduce a new element into the mix. Ha 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 ha.